Hi, Scott Hoskins here, 2011 construction engineering grad with a heavy emphasis. We're here today to talk about the heavy emphasis. I'm going to introduce you to a couple other guys that are Iowa State grads as well. We're going to talk about their careers within the heavy construction world, and then we're going to talk about some of the differences between heavy and building emphases.
Hi, I'm Joe Winter with On Track Construction. I was a 2014 graduate of Iowa State's Con-E program with a heavy civil emphasis. My construction, or love for construction, I guess, started when I was a kid just with heavy equipment. I grew up with a father that was a heavy equipment operator and a farmer, so I was always around heavy machinery. And in high school, worked for an underground utility contractor. When it was time to go to college, I had interest in becoming an engineer and also knew I had a passion for construction. So construction engineering seemed to be the perfect fit, and heavy civil was obviously the perfect fit for me, as I'd always grown up around heavy equipment and civil work. In college, I started working for an underground utility contractor for an internship. I would work in the summers as a laborer, and in the school year in the office helping with change orders, scheduling, estimating, any behind the scenes work that the project managers needed help with. The construction industry has a very high placement rate in comparison to other industries upon graduation. It's very rare that someone is unable to find a job due to the lack of employees in the workforce and the large amount of construction projects taking place. Sticking with it and knowing what you want to be in, and with little effort you can land yourself a good job doing what you love. Typical positions coming out of a construction engineering degree in the heavy civil world. You could be a foreman running a crew, whether that be a dirt crew, a site utility crew, a bridge crew, or so be it. That could be a superintendent on a project where you're managing multiple crews on one or multiple sites. You could end up as a project manager in the office managing work, multiple jobs, multiple crews, or just as an estimator working on bidding, since most of the work is hard bid work, being an estimator for that company. I currently work for On Track Construction. We are a site utility contractor consisting of about 5 crews. We install sewer, water, and storm sewer in the central Iowa area. Typically working for municipalities with new roadway projects or sewer treatment plant projects. We'll do yard piping on those, and we'll dabble in a little bit of grading work throughout the year as well. On Track Construction works as a subcontractor for paving contractors on large highway projects. We work for grading contractors on a heavy grading project that has a small amount of site utilities. And we also work for general contractors that have large amounts of site utilities on their building project. I am a project manager for On Track Construction. My typical day consists of estimating our projects that we hard bid on. We're small enough that as an estimator, if I am the low bidder on a project, I also manage that project. Managing the project consists of procuring materials for the job, building a schedule, and managing my crews to ensure that I meet that project schedule. That includes having the right equipment, getting the equipment to the site, getting the materials to the site, calling our locates to make sure we're not interrupting any other underground facilities, and attending project meetings to ensure my crews are meeting the project schedule. With that, I'll hand it over to Zach, who is a foreman at On Track Construction and also a Con-E grad.
Hi guys, my name is Zach Mitchell. I'm currently a foreman with On Track Construction. My heavy civil career started in college. Started in the construction engineering program, saw the heavy civil side, and got excited about working with big machines. Internships that I took while I was in school were with a bridge contractor here locally in Iowa. Throughout those internships, I was mainly just a general laborer. Then towards the end, fourth summer with them, I was actually a foreman part-time through my internship. Then after I graduated in 2014, got hired on, sent me into the office right away, but it didn't fit with what I liked. It's a lot more sitting around, and I like the big toys. So I left that position, went right back into a foreman role. That foreman role, I did the day-to-day operations on site. Everything from making sure the guys are there on time, keeping production up, scheduling materials, scheduling inspections, scheduling everything it took to get that specific job done on site. Then about a year ago, I came to OnTrack Construction. We do a lot of underground utilities, storm sewer, water main. It was actually a fairly seamless transition, even though it was a completely different world. It's still scheduling materials, scheduling the day-to-day operations, make sure things work on site. Talking to vendors, talking to the city inspectors, that kind of thing. As far as the classes related to the heavy civil side, there's a lot that mingle with the other emphasis, but then I know we took a few electives that were just heavy civil, and on that side it was a lot more like machine production, which has helped me out here and realize, what size of equipment's going to fit this job and that kind of thing. Other than that, that's all I have. Thanks.
Okay, so just talk about a few differences between building and heavy emphasis. When you're in school, the class load is pretty similar. There's just a few classes you take different, as well as your capstones are different. Talk to your advisor for more details on that. But outside in the construction world, heavy contractors can work as a prime contractor, controlling everything, or they can also work as a subcontractor under a general contractor doing site items such as paving, utilities, culverts, anything that might be associated with the building project itself. Heavy construction, in my experience, is a little bit less complicated on the scheduling aspect as far as number of contractors involved. Where it's more complicated on the scheduling side is when you talk about the equipment and sizing the right equipment to the project, getting the proper production rates to be successful on a project. Heavy contractors, heavy grads that work as contractors also tend to work more with employees of their own companies and self-perform more stuff, versus building emphasis general contractors tend to work more with subcontractors. It's a little bit of a difference there. Heavy work can be a little more seasonal depending on the area of the country you're in. In Iowa, summers are definitely busier than winters when it comes to your heavy type projects. It's also can be more weather dependent as well. So rainstorms have more effect on heavy contractors than building, depending on where you're at in the building process. I would say most guys' favorite part about heavy emphasis is the fact that you're dealing with large equipment every day, whether it's working the office side and coordinating it, or actually operating out in the field, sizing equipment to the project, operating it, and making sure that people using it are doing so safely. There's also great opportunities on the equipment side when you start talking about GPS and other newer technologies that are making those equipment work even better for us in the industry. If heavy emphasis sounds like something you'd be interested in, talk to your advisor. They can give you more information, and they can also put you in contact with any one of us who'd be happy to answer your questions. Looking forward to hearing from you.